So Eloxx Pharmaceuticals is focusing on cystic fibrosis as a lead indication with ELX-02. Now today, cystic fibrosis really is an example of the best that can occur for innovation for rare and ultra-rare diseases. Remember when Vertex first began their development program, the path for development was not well understood. What were the key experiments, how to design trials, and they have laid a fundamental framework that allows additional drug development to occur in the space. So one of the things that's happened is strong patient advocacy. Since the diseases we're talking about are genetic and based in underlying pathology, today in cystic fibrosis, a vast majority of patients know their genetic sequence. In Europe, there are sequence databases. In the US as well, strong patient advocacy and sequence databases. So the ability to create new therapeutic options is higher than it's ever been before. So for ELX-02, we will really follow the path that Vertex blazed with their first program for Kalydeco, focusing in on a mutation that represents about 5% of the cystic fibrosis population as a core for development. But because of the innovative work that's been done, today in Europe, a group out of academia called the Hub, associated with Utrecht University, they are taking stem cells from patients with cystic fibrosis and growing them in culture so that the drug that individuals are likely to respond to can be screened for using these stem cells for personalized medicine. Today, because really of the work of Hub and Vertex, payers in Europe are reimbursing drug treatment for patients based on the response to Vertex drugs in the organoid cultures. That has stimulated what's potentially a very important breakthrough for orphan drug development as a whole. HIT 2020 is a collaboration of the Hub, the European Medicines Agency, the FDA, and a number of different drug companies, where the funds will go to develop stem cells that will be screened on a variety of drugs, and then a clinical trial will be run to show were the results in the organoids predictive of what we see in a clinical trial. The reason why that's so important is it means that for individuals that have low frequency genetic variation, there'll be the potential to evaluate what drugs would be useful for them to respond to without the long time delay or the complexity of running a clinical trial. So today, this is still in the early stages of development. The European Medicines Agency and the Food and Drug Administration here in the US have not yet determined if they believe the organoid data will be robust enough for drug development. But we think there's high potential for that in the next few years. That would open the door for applications in cancer, different rare diseases, and different populations. So it's an example of why innovation in cystic fibrosis will benefit individuals with other rare diseases, as well as continue to stimulate the rate at which new drugs are discovered for cystic fibrosis.